respect to just law enforcement. But in Florida, we really take seriously the issue of K-12 education. And we believe in Florida that parents should be able to send their kids to school knowing that they're going to get an education, not a political indoctrination.
Yeah! Right on! Yeah! Woo! Woo!
And we've had some tussles on what's appropriate in the schools. We tussled with one of our companies in Florida that some of you may have heard about. Got a decent sized footprint, but basically we were in the situation to say, is it acceptable to send somebody to second grade and have a teacher tell them that they were born in the wrong body? Is it acceptable to have teachers being involved in things like sexuality with these young kids? And I would say in Florida, 90% of parents believe that that's not appropriate. And so that's what we do. And we make sure that we're focused on academics and not all this other stuff. Well, Disney didn't like it. Some others didn't like it. And usually when when you have some of these big interests rear their heads, sometimes these things fall by the wayside. But they got everything they wanted for 60 years in the state of Florida. Disney did until now.
Yeah! Right.
And they had for 60 years huge subsidies. They actually controlled their own government in the state of Florida, and that is now coming to an end. And then you also see battles over things like critical theory. They want to inject a very significant, I think, pernicious ideology in the schools, in the different subject matter. And we've said basically things like critical race theory are not appropriate for K through 12 schools, and so we don't allow that to be injected in. Good. And a lot of people see some of the stuff you probably read about, and some of it is just really outrageous. What a lot of people don't realize is one of the things that flows from critical theory, and you've seen it in some of these cities, is teaching kids to have a hatred for law enforcement. Yes. They actually have things where they will say that law enforcement are gunning down racial minorities with impunity, without any evidence, and that's just a slander on the people that wear the uniform. So the goal of critical theory with respect to police is to basically sow a hatred amongst very young people for those who are wearing the uniform. And in Florida, we reject that. That is totally inappropriate and that is wrong. But what we also do, and just say that shouldn't be taught like that or taught in schools, is we actually have programs now where school districts can work with local law enforcement agencies to let students go and observe and be a part of what's going on at our police departments and our sheriff's departments. Why is that important? Well, the kids go and they're going to see a lot of people who are conscientious. They're going to see a lot of people that are public spirited. They're going to see a lot of people who are trying to keep their community safe. And they're going to develop an appreciation for the hard work that people do, and they will develop proper respect for what the people of law enforcement do. So we're totally different in Florida than what you see in all these other things. So woke education doesn't work. Woke indoctrination about law enforcement doesn't work. And we're happy to be leading the charge on that in the state of Florida.